Good morning. Matters that were scheduled for on the 29th is now or will be here today, this morning, the 31st. There are a number of summonses that we have to look at, applications. But before we go any further to that, I wish to remind everyone again on the usual COVID protocols that we need to take it off. In the interest of the public views on this Motukea Commission of Inquiry, I'd like to make a statement that if you are interested in getting to know the issues relating to this inquiry, we have a website that is available, and also we have a Facebook page that you can also access in relation to the inquiry. That's for the benefit of the public viewers and for those of us that have been participated throughout the period of the Commission of Inquiry. So with that, I now turn to our counsels who are assisting in this Commission of Inquiry to take us through this for this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. May I mention item number 1 on today's daily diary? Item 1 relates to summons number 21, which was issued to the Prime Minister, the Honourable James Marape. Commissioner, Mr. Prime Minister's lawyer is in attendance this morning, so I would like to kindly invite him to the bar table to enter his appearance. Thank you.
Appear for the Prime Minister. When I last appeared, I informed the Commission that I would give a date, the next available date for the Prime Minister to attend in respect of the summons. And Prime Minister has indicated that he will be available on the 5th of April at 10 a.m. That's next week, Tuesday, to appear before the Commission and give his evidence.
That's Tuesday week, 10 a.m.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I asked for a direction for his summons to be extended to that date. Thank you.
Council.
Commissioner, no objections to the extension sought, and also no issues with the date. That's fine.
Thank you, Council. Similarly, in response to that, summons number 21 is now further extended to Tuesday at about 10 a.m. for mention. And again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Thank you, Commissioner. May I be excused?
Thank you, Mr. Nkama, for your attendance this morning, and you can be excused from the bar table.
Thank you, Commissioner. I move on to item number 7 on the list, which relates to the return of summons number 7, which was issued to the Acting Secretary, Mr. Andrew Oiken. Secretary for Treasury, that is. Yes, Commissioner. The situation with this summons is we are still working to finalise the exhibit list. A draft was sent to the witness who made some comments, and we're working to incorporate or effect those changes and finalise the list with a view to having the documents that were produced formally tendered on next week, Thursday, that is the 7th of April 2022. So if a direction could be given for the extension of summons number 7 to Thursday, the 7th of April 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. In response to that, the Commission directs that the summons be further extended to Thursday, the 7th of April 2022 for mention, and again dated this 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you.
Please, the Commission, I move on to item number 8, which is the return of summons number 8, which was issued to the State Solicitor, Mr. Daniel Wolpagare. Commissioner, as advised in the last hearing, the State Solicitor has produced some documents. They're fairly voluminous, so we're still going through the documents and reviewing them, and concurrently doing an exhibit list as well, which we anticipate to be finalised before next week, Thursday. Consequently, we ask for an extension of summons number 8 to be extended to the same date, Thursday, the 7th of April, 2022 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Council. In response to that, again, the Commission directs that summons now be extended to the 7th of April, that is on Thursday, further mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I move on to item number 9, which is the return of summons number 9. Summons 9 was issued to the Attorney General, Dr. Eric Kwa. Commissioner Ms. Miriam Kiaz, who is the lawyer for Dr. Eric Kwa, is present this morning. If I may kindly ask her to attend or approach the bar table. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioner. May it please this inquiry. Council's name is Miriam Kiaz.
Yes.
I am Deputy Secretary in the Department of Justice and Attorney General, and seek leave to appear or make a representation on behalf of the Attorney General this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. So from the last mention, the Attorney General had committed to taking a submission to NEC to endorse that an administrative inquiry into the purchase of the Motukea port be shared with this Commission of Inquiry. Since then, Commissioner, we've completed the submission, the policy submission that needs to be lodged with the NEC Secretariat. We have not served that yet. That we're hoping that can be done this afternoon. Part of the reason being I was out of office for the past couple of days, and that would normally rest on my team to ensure that happens. And so we seek your indulgence to allow us a further extension of perhaps 7 days. We can come back again on the 7th of April for mention to tell this inquiry if NEC has deliberated or not. If there is a need for a further extension, that can also be highlighted at that time. So that's that's our position with respect to the matter returning this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Yes.
Yes, Commissioner, no objections to the extension sought. So we'll ask for action for the matter or the summons to be extended to the 7th for mention, and then we'll see how we go from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. In response to that, I'm satisfied from the position of the Commission, and therefore I now give directions that it will be further extended to the 7th of April 2022 for mention, in which I expect some credible information that needs to be presented to this Commission for us to have a look at. And therefore, the direction now has been extended by the Commission, so that, again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. If I may seek leave to leave the bar table.
Yes, you may be excused. Thanks for your presence this morning.
Thank you, sir.
You can be excused.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Item number 10.
Yes.
That is the return of summons number 13, which was issued to the Minister for Finance, the Honourable Sir John Pundari.
Yes.
Commissioner, the situation remains the same as advised in the last hearing. We are still trying to finalise a exhibit list. By which we will then tender documents. We anticipate that this will be completed within the next 7 days, so we're going to ask for a extension to the 7th as well, 7th of April. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. In agreeing with that, the Commission directs that someone now has been extended to the 7th of April for further mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Thank you, Commissioner. I move on to item number 14, which relates to the return of summons number 18. Summons number 18 was issued to the Secretary for the Department of Prime Minister and NEC, Mr. Ivan Pomliu. Commissioner, as indicated in the last hearing, there are some documentation issues that we need to sort out. In the circumstances, I will ask for an extension of summons 18 to the 7th as well, 7th of April. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. The Commission also directs that summons number 18 now is extended to 7th of April 2022 for further mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, I mentioned item number 18. Item number 18 is an application for leave, designated on the list as leave application number 4 by the Araira Lower Water Community of Tatana Village. Mr. Guava is here, so I'll let him enter his appearance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner and Council Assistant.
Good morning.
For the record, Council's name is Guava. Initials JS. I appear for the Araira Tatana Community Group, which has made an application, filed an application to be included in this hearing. Mr. Commissioner, as a preliminary application, I have instructions to formally announce a withdrawal of the application, and instead I'm further instructed to seek the Honourable Commission's consideration to issue a summons instead. In the interest of justice, Mr. Commissioner, we take that position to safeguard against cost and time. But at the same time, we are mindful of the principles of natural justice for my clients, and therefore I make this humble application before this commission. If there is a possibility of a summons to be issued to my client, the lead client is Mr. No Momoru.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Commissioner, that's our position and that's our application this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guava. There are two things that you seek. One is the withdrawal
Yes.
of the application, and the other one is down to the summons
Yes.
that you are seeking.
Yes.
I think the council's probably aware of that, and that's the circumstances that you have come up with in the situation. Then the commission now directs that the application that was earlier submitted will be officially withdrawn. That's number one. And secondly, you will proceed with the summons. Is that right, Council?
Commissioner, we have no objections to the application for withdrawal of the applicant's leave application. As regards the application for a summons to be issued, Commissioner, I say that the Commission can take note of that application, and we can maybe make a formal order at a later date.
Yes, Council. So you're seeking a direction on this?
Yes.
There is no specific date that has been set for this?
If the Commission could give a direction for the withdrawal of the application dated the 7th of March,
Yes.
2022.
Yes.
And as regards the application by Council for the Commission to consider issuing the summons, I submit that can be dealt with at a later date by way of a formal direction.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. Appreciate Council Assistant's remarks and response. There should be a correction. The date should be 7th April, I believe, not 7th March, 7th April, if the matter is returnable on the 7th of March, within which time such a direction should be issued.
Okay. Sorry, I was referring to the date of the application.
Date of the application is
Yes.
on the 7th of March.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's the correction.
Correction, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then, Mr. Commissioner, with those, that's position in regard to the arrival group, if there's going to be an extended date, or within which we will hear some formal.
Thank you, Council. I will leave it to the Council assisting with the Commission
Very well.
to have a dialogue with you on this.
Right.
But the Commission now have considered that the earlier application is now been withdrawn. That's number one, as directed by this Commission. And at a later date, the Commission also directs that as and when you have come up with the preparation on that, then we'll secure a date to have a look at by way of summons in the proceeding of this Commission and inquiry. So those are the two directions that have been now taken by the Commission. One is the withdrawal of the application, and the other one is the preparation of the formal application for the summons. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Council.
May I be excused?
Yes, Mr. Goa, thanks for your participation this morning. You cannot be excused from the bar table.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I believe those are all my matters. I will now hand it over to my friend, Mr. Guerra, to deal with the balance of the matters. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioner. Thank you,
Morning.
Mr. Keeper. Commissioner, I turn to agenda item number 2 on the list, return of summons number 1, PNG Ports Corporation Limited. Commissioner, as you are aware, I've been taken ill since Monday, and I was not in a position to complete the list of exhibits for the various parties to whom summonses have been issued. So in terms of summons number 1, we should be in a position to finalize the list with a view to tendering the documents with the further documents produced by PNG Ports Corporation by the 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. So if a direction could be made to the effect extending summons number 1 to Thursday, 7 April 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention.
Yes, thank you, Council. In response to that, summons number 1 is now further extended to 7th of April 2022 for further mention at 10 a.m. Dated is 31st day of March 2022, and again authorized by the Commission. Thank you.
The Commission pleases. Commissioner, item number 3 is a return of summons number 2, Kumul Consolidated Holdings Limited. Similar situation there. Further documents have been produced by KCH. A list will be finalized by the proposed return date, that being 7 April 2022 at 10 a.m. So if a direction could be issued to that effect, extending summons number 2 to that date.
Thank you, Council. To that effect, summons number 2 is now further extended to 7th of April 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Mr. Commission pleases. Item number 4, return of summons number 3 issued to Curtin Brothers Holdings NG Limited. Again there, Commissioner, I ask that the summons be extended to 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention.
Yes, similar to that. Summons number 3 is now further extended to 7th of April 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you.
Commission pleases. Item 5 is the return of summons number 4, issued to Ballymore number 39 Limited. Commissioner, I also submit that the summons be extended to the 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. for the same reasons given.
Yes, in response to that, and with the reasons given, the Commission directs that summons number 4 is now further extended to 7th of April 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Commission pleases. Item number 6 is return of summons number 5 issued to BSP Financial Group Limited. Commissioner, if that summons could also be extended to Thursday, the 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention.
Yes. The Commission directs that summons number 5 is now further extended to the 7th of April 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Mr. Commission, please. Item number 11, Commissioner, is return of summons number 14 issued to the Secretary, Department of Lands, Mr. Benjamin Sampson. We also ask that summons 14 be extended to the 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention.
The Commission directs that summons number 14 is now further extended to 7th of April 2022 for mention at about 10 a.m. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Commission pleases. Item number 12, return of summons number 15 issued to the Registrar of Titles, Mr. Ala Ane. Commissioner, if we could also submit that summons number 15 be extended to the 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention.
In agreeing with that, Council, summons number 15 is now further extended to 7th of April 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Mr. Commission pleases. Item 13 is return of summons number 16 issued to the Minister for Lands and Physical Planning, Honorable John Russell. Commissioner, if summons 16 could also be extended to the 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention.
In response to that, Council, summons number 16 is also now further extended to 7th of April 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Commission pleases. Item 15 is return of summons number 19 issued to the Valuer General Gabriel Michael. Commissioner, if that summons could also be extended to the 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention.
The Council, in response to that, summons number 19 is now further extended to April the 7th, 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission.
Commission pleases. Item number 16, Commissioner, is return of summons number 20 issued to the Chief Commissioner of the Independent Consumer and Competition Commission, Mr. Paulus Ain. Commissioner, we received a bundle of documents on the 29th of March under cover of letter dated 28th of March 2022. We will need time to review the material with a view to finalizing an exhibit list. So if that summons could be extended to Thursday, 7th of April 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention.
In agreeing with that, Council, summons number 20 is now further extended to 7th of April, 2022, at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated is 31st day of March, 2022, and authorized by the Commission.
Mr. Commission, please. The next item, Commissioner, is item number 17. That's the matter of a leave application number 1. Nenehi Lorena ILG number 504. Commissioner, if I can invite my friend Mr. Leban to take the bar table to enter his appearance for his clients who are the applicants in this matter.
Good morning, Mr. Commissioner.
Good morning.
May it please this Commission, my matter is an application for leave to join as an interested party. Mr. Commissioner, I have obtained instructions from a client, Mr. Commissioner. Our position is this: we will make a formal application to have the application for leave withdrawn at this stage. And at the same time, Mr. Commissioner, we would also seek directions from the Commission as to an invitation by way of summons from the Commission be issued to the principal applicant and the chairman of the Nenehi Lorena ILG, Mr. No Gagoa Gaigo, to be invited by the Commission by way of summons to assist in its investigation of the issue. And so, Mr. Commissioner, in summary, principally, our application to join as an interested party, Mr. Commissioner, is now, we submit this to be formally withdrawn. And
Okay.
Basically, Mr. Commissioner, our position would be similar to the application by the other landowner group, which had initially made an application. And so for our client, Mr. Commissioner, we ask that these two directions as per our applications be taken note of, and appropriate directions be issued for the further conduct, if any, of our client's application. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you. Council, you have anything to say?
Thank you, Commissioner. In respect of the first submission by my friend, we have no objection to the withdrawal of the application. Commissioner, that's the application filed on the 10th of February 2022. So the first direction that we would seek by consent is that the application filed on 10 February 2022, that is leave application number 1, is formally withdrawn. Commissioner, in relation to the second submission by my friend in relation to the question of a summons being issued to his clients, Commissioner, as my friend submitted earlier, that is something that the Commission and Council assisting will note, and that may be considered and dealt with at the appropriate time. There was no formal application made by the applicant in that regard. The application that's before the Commission is an application to join as an interested party. So perhaps the Commission can merely note the request for summonses to be issued. It's a matter for the Commission to determine what becomes of that.
Thank you, Council. In consideration to the issues that have been raised, and two issues here. One, firstly, is the official withdrawal of the application that has been noted. And the Commission directs that the application that was dated 10th of February 2022, now direct that it be withdrawn. Dated is 31st day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. And similarly, adding to the optional invitation in relation to by way of summons, I will leave with the lawyers to have a dialogue with that and come up with an appropriate time that you can press on with the application as and when required of its timing. So those are the directions that you seek from the Commissioner. And in response to that, I have directed that the application be withdrawn. And secondly, the Commission also directs that by way of invitation through an application will be in the form of a dialogue within the councils, and until you sort the date, then you'll inform the Commission of when it will be held. Thank you, Council. Thank you for your attendance this morning, and you may be excused from the bar table.
So, Commissioner, that deals with the formal summonses and then the leave applications. So we now turn to the last two items, namely items 19 and 20. Item 19 deals with the general status of applications for leave to appear. Now, Commissioner, for the public's benefit, there's been a total of 4 leave applications made to date. We've dealt with application number 1 and number 4 this morning. Both have been withdrawn. Leave application number 2 was by Curtin Brothers Holdings NG Limited. That was granted on terms on the 10th of March 2022. And leave application number 2 was an application for leave by Ballymore number 39 Limited, and Commissioner is aware leave was granted on conditions. Basically, Curtin Brothers and Ballymore were confined to matters relating to paragraph 1E of the terms of reference. Now, Commissioner, so there's a total of 4 applications filed to date. No other applications have been made. As it is, there are no other applications for leave to appear. So we just mentioned that for the public to note by way of an update on applications for leave to appear. But we certainly invite anyone who considers that they have an interest to formally apply for leave to appear in accordance with the practice notes which are on the website. Commissioner, I now turn to item 20. Commissioner, that deals with the general status of response to press statement number 7 of 2022.
Yes.
Commissioner, you will recall you published this statement last week, Thursday, and then again on Tuesday, requiring persons of interest to contact the Secretary, Mr. Jack Nayab, on the email that was given, namely secretary@coi.motukea.com, and to do so by or before 10 a.m. today, the 31st of March 2022. Commissioner, of those 22 persons listed, only one person has responded. That person being namely Mr. Brian Riches. Mr. Riches, that's R-I-C-H-E-S. And he has indicated that he is in a position to provide relevant evidence by way of a written affidavit on matters relevant to the inquiry. Now, Commissioner, we propose that this particular or rather we will be submitting that a similar item is also listed on the 5th of April. So then we can give a more complete update. Perhaps some of those people need until the close of business to demonstrate their interest. That being 23 people that we've listed and published in that press statement. So I just mentioned that for the public's record and for your commissioner to note in terms of what the secretary has instructed myself and my friend, Mr. Kipa, on the status of responses to that press statement. Other than that, Commissioner, there's no other business before the Commission, and we ask that the Commission hearings be adjourned to Tuesday, 5th of April, 2022 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Council. The press statement that was read last Thursday and Tuesday, the 29th of March 2022, are quite clear. And for the benefit of the public viewers in relation to the follow-up to this Commission of Inquiry, I want to emphasize again that it is important. We're at a crucial time, given the events that are coming up and how public conduct themselves in relation to providing the information to assist this Commission of Inquiry is vitally important. We have a website that is functional, and we also have Facebook page that is also going out to public viewers. And also we have a duty as those of us that have been informed to also provide information to the public that is good for this Commission of Inquiry. Those interested persons that have been read out in the press statement, they are important for this Commission of Inquiry. It is a public welfare, and as insofar the country and the public is aware, they have to know what is happening. This is a public inquiry. This is our country, and our people need to know. And therefore, I sincerely appeal to all those interested persons to come forward to this Commission of Inquiry and help assist the Commission of Inquiry to fast-track this inquiry so that we can go to the closing part of it, which will help us in providing a report back to the government, and the public will be aware of what we have done. And that's why it is imperative, and I always mention all along that without the participation of the interested people and for the benefit of others that are coming through here, it won't make the work of the Commission easy, but it's getting harder as we go on. And I express a statement that once we are running out of time and you try to squeeze a lot of issues into one time, it becomes a bottleneck to deal with. And that's the reason why I'm glad that the statement has gone out, people are aware of it, and people must have access to the Commission website to get the information and all the updates that have been posted for the public viewing. So with that statement, as suggested by our councils this morning, we don't have any other issues to deal with this morning. So I will now call upon the Associate to adjourn the hearing to the 5th of April, 2022, as we resume again on that date. Thank you.